Welcome back to another episode of The Mustang Blueprint. I'm your co-host today, Celie Stockman, along with my other co-host,
Morgan Muller, and today we're going to be interviewing Tate Condezo and Devin Carter. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So first of all, can you tell us a little bit about yourselves and what's your major and why did you choose that?
I'm Devin Carter. I chose marketing, I guess. I'm a little undeclared. Wow, that's loud already. Okay. I'm undeclared, I guess. I'm in marketing. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Marsha kind of told me that I should do that too, so, you know. And I'm going to do a minor in finance just to fill out my 4 years here. So,
Yeah, and then I'm Tate. I'm also a business major.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Right now, I guess. So I guess Heather has me down for, I guess, a double major in like entrepreneurship and I think business administration. But I kind of want to do like some finance stuff too. So,
Yeah. So you guys have known each other since you were in kindergarten practically. You've wrestled together forever. So how has your relationship, do you think, grown as you've gotten older? And like, how would you describe it to others?
We've gotten a lot closer since college.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I knew Tate from Dylan and stuff, but like Dylan Waji, he's my roommate. So I knew him from that, but we never like hung out or anything. And now we're a whole lot closer.
right. So like we've lived like 30 minutes apart,
Yeah.
growing up or whatever, and then we'd always go to like let's Thorn wrestling camp or whatever in the summer, and we'd wrestle together in that. But yeah, once we got to college, we kind of hang out every day and got a lot closer. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Wrestling brought us pretty close. Got some great memories from Thorn Camp.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh gosh. All right. So we have you guys on here talking a little bit about your businesses and just life in general. So could you kind of introduce your business to us and kind of give us all the information you can about your business?
I'll do my sales pitch first. So I do commercial and residential window tinting, mostly specialized, and I also do like heavy equipment and stuff too. I want to get more into that, especially with the area we're in. But so I pretty much put films on windows to help with insulation and privacy, and yeah, pretty much sums it up.
And I have a full service Christmas light installation business. So kind of what I do is, so I supply the lights. I custom fit them to the properties for like a corner to corner perfect fit for each property. And then I take care of all install, takedown, and storage. And then I maintain them throughout the season too. So I kind of take care of all the problems of putting up Christmas lights for the customer. So they really don't have to worry about anything. So
Your sales pitch was better than mine.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys aren't busy at all. Like,
No.
yeah, it's super easy. So yeah, I feel like we've kind of touched on it. You guys are also student athletes here, so I feel like that's obviously a big part of coming to SMSU. I know, Devin, you talked about it as well, like coming to college, Tate too. What is the biggest thing that wrestling has maybe taught you that you've kind of transitioned into the business world?
You will suck and you will fail, and that's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to get back up. Every day, it's a grind. It's just part of the fun.
Yeah.
We both said that that's probably one of the most fun things about college wrestling and every other aspect of it. So.
yeah, it's pretty hard. Wrestling is pretty hard. But I don't know, you make a lot of good friends because you go to battle with them every day, which I like. So you get a lot of like tight with those guys. And then I guess kind of bringing that into business too. I like the networking part of it too. So like when you go to like wrestling tournaments or whatever, you talk to other people, you talk to other guys in your bracket, other coaches or whatever. And I kind of like that. And then bring that into the business world too, just networking and talking to more people. Yeah.
Awesome. So with being a student athlete, running your own business, going to classes, still having a social life, how do you kind of balance all of that out and still be successful in everything that you do?
I don't think there is a balance. I don't know.
It's not great.
Yeah.
I'll say that. It's trial and error. There's some days where you're up super late and you're up early, and that's just how it goes. You're exhausted, but it's like we said, we love the grind. And I like when you're done with that like aspect, like you'll have a 2-week, 3-week phase or whatever to where you're constantly busy. When you're like finally done, you have a little bit of free time. It's like, it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
So like my November is like my busy month or whatever. So I have to like almost plan out the night before of what I'm going to do that day. Because with all the installs that I do, school, practice, tournaments, cutting weight, all of it, it gets to be a lot throughout the day. So usually like, I guess this past fall, I was up from like 4 or 5 in the morning doing quotes until 8. And then that was like reasonable enough time to get to a job site without being too early or whatever. And then do like 3 installs throughout that day, and then still manage to get to class and then go back to practice or whatever. And just going between classes and going to people's houses. And then at night, finished up on quotes, posting on social media of what I did that day and stuff like that. And then do it again every day. And then traveling on weekends to tournaments and stuff, all while holding weight. So I guess it gets to be a lot, yeah. But it's so rewarding when it's all done and you can see like the finished project. That's what I like about it the most.
Yeah, I feel like obviously your businesses have grown. Like we were talking, Devin, your first business was rainbow loom bracelet making, correct?
Back in elementary school.
Back in the day. And this is no rainbow loom business. This is
Oh, no.
this is real life. This is adult. And so I feel like I kind of want to learn more about how you guys went about your startup. Like, how do you fund it? Like, did you have a lot of support right away? How did you go about those things?
0. I paid out of pocket for everything, which my dad was just like, why are you doing this? And I want to tie that into like risk and reward. If I had $0 in my bank account, oh well, like I'm in college, everybody's broke, it doesn't even matter. Like, might as well spend $4 or $5 grand on a startup for a business that you're gonna love and try something than not do it and just, I guess, have a regular job.
My first business was, I did some like residential snow blowing or whatever, and it got cut short because I got in a pretty bad accident. I guess I'm not even supposed to be here, but yeah, so I ended up rolling my truck a couple times on a highway, and had like all my equipment in the back end of my truck, so that all got destroyed or whatever, so I couldn't keep doing that. So then the next winter, I actually started my Christmas light business. And what helped me with that is I joined an entrepreneurship class through the school, and in the class you had to start your own business, and had a bunch of mentors that could help me out. I could ask questions with them, and then I applied for a loan through the program, and so they gave me a loan to start it, and then I was able to pay it back off in the first year, and then kind of run from there. Mm-hmm.
So you said that, kind of jumping back a little bit, you said that you have a social media page. Do you guys both have social media pages? Do you post frequently on those? And if so, like, how do you schedule it out? Is it just kind of whenever you feel like posting, or how do you go about that?
So this year I posted a lot more on my social medias, Facebook and Instagram. The year before, I posted some, but not as frequently as I did this past year. This past year I posted just about every project that I was on. I think I missed maybe, I don't know, like 6 or 7 that I didn't get on my social media. But I would post at least once or twice a day, just pictures, finished projects of what I did, and then maybe like a little video of me hanging some lights. And then under each description or whatever, I kind of explain like what I liked more about this project than other ones. What stood out on this house, of where I put the lights and how it looked, kind of stuff like that.
I just post on Facebook. I don't have an Instagram page because my like market is kind of more towards people that are older and own houses, I guess. I could have an Instagram page because it does tie over, like it's cross-linked or whatever. But I try and post every job that I do. It just, like the idea of marketing it, drill an idea into somebody's head. Like, if you see something on your feed every day, you're going to be like, oh, that's pretty cool, or that's stupid, whatever. It's still going to be in your head. I try and post every job that I do, and sometimes the homeowners, you ask them before, obviously, you got to respect that, so sometimes they don't want it posted. But
have you had any situations where someone's gotten mad?
Yeah, well, it's more of like the lake homes, because there's a lot of like private people out there that don't like nothing to be like posted online, but I've taken down a post before.
So then I feel like along with that comes like the networking piece. Like, you guys don't do it alone. You have like employees, I believe. Could you kind of go into that, how you began hiring people? Like, you guys are the boss.
Yeah, so I guess my dad is there for a lot of them. And then I also hired out, so I started my senior year in high school. So I just hired out some of my buddies. And then, so that kind of worked out pretty well. And then in college, most of them I'd say my dad was there for a lot of them too, and then I guess some of my college friends now, because a lot of my high school friends kind of moved away. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I hired one of my buddies that I was working with as I started the business. It was like, obviously didn't have a ton of work, so I was like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? And I hired my buddy Kelvin Crumrine and my sister's boyfriend Wyatt, and they did a great job. And because I had to learn how to do it somehow too, so it was just kind of trial and error right away. And yeah.
So with you guys both being so young, do you feel like you're ever maybe like misjudged for being so young and having this business? Do you feel like people are just kind of hesitant to maybe hire you, or is that not an issue?
Right away. On first interaction, usually that's the only time. And then as soon as you because once you become so I guess enveloped in your business, you know so much about it that you can just talk somebody's ears off, which Mr. Rick Garn would say that's not right, but you got to develop it somehow. Like, I look young. I'm 19 and I look like I'm 12, but regardless, you got to sound like you know what you're talking about and obviously appeal to the customer somehow. So
I think for me, it was kind of like both ways. Like, some people thought like, oh, he's young, doesn't know what he's doing. But then on the other flip side, it was more like, okay, he's pretty young and doing this. Cool. Let's hire him. So I kind of saw it from both ways, just interactions what I had with people.
So now you guys are getting freshmen in college. You guys are still keeping these businesses. They're your children, you know. Have you guys ever had any opportunities to sell, or are you going to look to sell? Like, what is your future hold here?
Yeah, last winter after my season was done, I was approached to see if I would want to sell my business to this guy, and then he would put me on a salary for this year and years to come. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to let go of it yet, because like you said, it's your baby. Like, I wanted to see how far I could take it before I sell it. But I think it's pretty cool just to have your own thing, run it, and then you can, because you're the boss. You can, if you want to work this day and work longer this day and not as long this day, and but I kind of like it from that aspect. And if I was working for someone else, it kind of takes that away.
I agree. Like, experience is worth more than money. Like, trial and error, first business, actual business, I'd say, just try things, market differently, sell yourself differently, spend a bunch of money that you probably shouldn't, do some things that aren't right and figure it out, so that way further down the road when you have a more developed business, then you're not doing the wrong things. I feel like that's worth more than selling your business.
Definitely. So you talked a little bit about trial and error. So when you do have that error piece, what motivates you to keep going?
Money, for sure. We're business people. We like money.
Real.
You know that you're going to make this certain amount. And that was one of the biggest things I learned when I started to do handyman work, because that was the business I had before this, is I'm okay, I'm the boss. I'm going to tell the customer this is my price, and no matter if it takes 2 hours or 12 hours, you're getting paid that price. So, you mess up, in the middle of a job, and you have to redo everything, that's just part of it. You're getting paid the same amount either way. You're a boss.
Yeah, I guess try not to make the same mistake twice. Sometimes you're working with limited resources, so you might only get one chance or two chances to get it right. So I'd just say learning from it and not being too discouraged or whatever, because some things are going to go wrong. And it's kind of, when things go wrong, what's your attitude about it too? Are you going to be negative about it, or just all right, well, learn my lesson and now can move on and keep going?
Yeah, I feel like along with that, I'd really like to know, what could you pinpoint, what is the biggest learning experience you have encountered in your time with your businesses?
Definitely the first job I did, I didn't know, about my product and stuff like that. I researched it, obviously, but I'm this is not going the way I want it to, and it was taking, 5 times as long. So I'm all right, what do I have to do to figure out how to make this go quicker and be more efficient? And, like we've talked about, the most fun thing is problem solving. You're in that situation and you're okay, I am the I'm the guy right now. Like, you have to figure out what to do, and that's your only option.
Yeah, I love that problem solving aspect of being like in control. Like, all right,
Oh, yeah.
here's a problem. How are we gonna solve it? Like, you can talk to your guys, have some input, like actually working through the problem and trying to solve it. I love that. But back to your question, what was your question again?
Like the biggest learning experience.
I would say learning how to talk to people. So I'm pretty much an introvert. I don't go out like crazy or whatever, just talking to random people. But through this business, it's definitely stepped me out of my comfort zone, learning how to answer the phone, talk to people, email people, text people, having a conversation, shaking hands. I think that's what I've taken away most out of starting this business, just the relationships and people skills that I learned.
I have to agree with that. You got to know how to talk to people.
Right.
I'm quite an impatient person, so I'm like straight to the point, but I'm like, okay, I got to slow this down, make sure they know what I'm doing, what they're paying, what they're going to get. How, like, you got to explain all that.
Yeah.
Morgan, you have your own business too, right?
I do.
What would you say?
Plug.
What would you say you've learned the most from your business?
I would also say how to communicate with people. Learning how
That's
to
a
check
big
my
one.
email. Very, very helpful thing is learning how to respond to people in a timely manner, because, you know, sometimes it just gets put on the back burner a little bit. So effectively communicating, networking as well is a super important part. But I talked about that in an earlier episode, so you guys don't need to hear that from
Well,
me
and I
right
feel
now.
like it's about staying professional too.
That
Because
is
as
also a
like
big
younger
piece.
guys, younger like people, like I feel like it's kind of expect like, oh, they don't know what they're doing, or and I feel like if you come off super professional, that shows a lot about you right off the bat.
Yeah, definitely. So looking to the future, where do you guys possibly see your businesses within the next 5 or 10 years?
I have no idea.
Use
Just
your
rocking with it.
imagination.
I plan on running mine. It's not like a full-time complete business right now where like I can do something every day. So like I can obviously supplement this over a job, but like again, like we talk about growth mindset and all that, like you're never satisfied. You want to keep doing more. And like my dad has a business. I want to get involved in that too. See where I can take that. And I want to do venture capitalism where I'm buying and selling businesses. So I want to eventually sell my business, and maybe in 5 years it's worth something that I think it's worth. Probably not, like, because like you said, it's our baby. Like you spend so much time doing it, you just can't like get rid of it. But yeah, I want to learn how to actually sell a business, do it the right way, and like how all that goes, so I can do that in the future.
Yeah. So mine's pretty cool too, because mine's seasonal. So it's not like a full year round type of thing. So, I mean, I plan on running it as long as it's profitable, keep it running. And I could see myself running this in 5 years. So, yeah, I see it still going, and maybe in a couple different towns, but expand that way. But yeah,
So when I buy my first house, you're going to come put Christmas lights on it for me?
I'll put some on for you. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Should get a discount maybe?
Yeah, we can work that out.
We work that
We
out?
can work that out, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the next thing I kind of think of is because I feel like my biggest thing is I'd be so nervous I wouldn't know what I was doing. And I just wonder, how did you guys, is it just the
don't.
experience, like trial and error? You just figure it out?
You don't.
Swing it.
Did
Just
you
go
guys
into it.
ever, like, you did your research? Is there maybe a person that helped you a lot? Or did you guys really just, this is my thing, I'm going to figure it out?
Not with mine. Like around here, there isn't another business that does what I do. So like I never learned how to do that. My dad knew how to tint car windows. I guess that is completely different from what I do. Like he tried to teach me this and this and this. I'm like, this is not like the YouTube videos I watch. This is not accurate. And like trial and error, you go to a house and you're like, okay, that window took 45 minutes to do. Okay, that's not how that's gonna work. And then you get a rhythm down eventually. And with employees, you have to develop that rhythm like an assembly line and keep them interested the whole time, or else they get off in la la land and you just don't get anything done.
Yeah, so for me, it started with a lot of research, like Google searches, a lot of YouTube videos watched, hours of that. And then I finally came across this Facebook group of professional Christmas light contractors. So I joined that, And then I was able to talk to people who are actually do the same business in other parts of the country. So then I was talking to this one guy from Louisiana. So that was pretty cool to talk to him, learn all the ins and outs of his business. Then I got a hold of another guy from Ohio, talk to him. And then, so from that, I was able to get connections with like who they get their supplies from. So I got in contact with 2 suppliers that are now who I buy product from, and just build connections that way. And then I was able to ask them questions as I went, how they handled this thing, how they handled that. So I kind of did have people that I was able to talk to like that. So that was kind of cool, kind of different from him. And so I had that, but also like you just kind of got to go in it and just figure it out on your own too. Got to wing it.
So like Louisiana, do they put Christmas lights on like swamp shacks?
No, everything.
I'm imagining
They
that
put it
too
on
right away. Like
everything?
it's like completely different
Yeah.
there than here. You don't got snow to worry about.
Yeah,
I
In
guess.
the bayou.
I want to say I think is Mardi Gras down there too, because he mentioned that. I don't know if it's where it's at. So he does
Yeah.
Christmas lights for Christmas, obviously, but then also different colors for like Mardi Gras too. So that's another big thing for him. But we don't have that here.
Is that like the parade thing? Right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
They
parade.
eat a ton of food and all that.
So he puts like lights on the floats.
like like houses too. Like they'll decorate their houses for that.
With the colors.
yeah,
Yeah.
like purple or something.
They're throwing, like,
Purple and
gold.
green and
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Isn't that
I
coming
think
out
we need
soon?
that here. Yeah, we need to make that a thing.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mhm.
So I do have a few more questions for you. My first one, if any of our viewers were to be wanting to start their own business,
Mhm.
what is some piece of advice that you would give them for getting started?
Listen to the people who are trying to motivate you, not turn you away from it. Because if I would have listened to the people that I had in my life at the time, like, no offense to them, but like, they're going to tell you not to do it because there's risk to it and it's expensive. And most of the time it's not going to work out. But I would just say, just do it. If you have something that you think would be good or you'd want to do or like to do, just take your money that you want to spend, delegate it towards that. Because in and all, it's an investment in yourself. Like going to school, it's like going to college. You have a business and you're going to learn more trying to run that business than you are in a class or something. No offense, Marsha. Loved your class. Loved your class. But no, you learn so much more that way than you would like just listening to other people talk about it.
Just go for it. Why not? Like, especially if they're young, like you said, like 18, 20 years old. I mean, what do you really have to lose?
You have nothing to lose.
You have
That's the
everything in
best part
front of
it.
you. Yeah. You don't have much. You don't have wife, kids.
You don't got bills to pay. Who
yeah.
cares?
You're young. Why not?
Yeah. I feel like one thing I kind of want to learn more about is just, obviously you guys bounce ideas off each other. And if you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
could just, if you guys could just touch
yeah.
on like the value you have in that, maybe a little heart to heart moment, you know?
I mean, we're only a bathroom apart.
Yeah.
So we're suite mates. We have bathroom connections. So we
The
like
bathroom
walk
doesn't
through
even
all the
restrict us.
time, just talking to each other.
We've had
Yeah.
shower conversations
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Like we were working on one thing, like an app.
Yeah.
Just trying
it
to
was an
get
app.
that started up. Just started as an idea, but then like, I don't know, we could just walk to each other's room, just talk out for a little bit and then come back later and just, I don't know, we were like super close like that and just never skip a beat,
Yeah.
right back on it. So I think that was pretty cool.
I love our like attitude switch. Like we'll be doing something completely different
Mhm.
as soon as we start talking about like something business related or something
Totally
that's like
switches.
serious, like completely serious.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Just that wall is put in front of you and you're like,
Yeah.
Yep.
okay,
Yeah.
let's get started.
Not like that. We don't look like that.
Hey now. All right, so we're getting close to being done, but I do have one more question for you. Is there anything else that you maybe want our viewers to know about starting a business or just any major takeaways that you want them to have from our conversation today?
Oh gosh. Home run on that one.
I think having an accountant that you can talk to.
That's boring. Come on here.
What?
Bring something
I was
else
going to
up.
ask about that. It's tax
Yeah,
season. You
it's
got that's
tax
important
season.
stuff.
Yeah.
Insurance. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm working with my accountant and we're getting all our stuff ready for taxes this year. And I just sent in my last form, actually sitting in the chair waiting for this. So then I should be able to sign sometime this week and get all my taxes paid for. But I think like having an accountant like that you can talk to, be like, hey, insurance needs me to fill this out. Can you make sure I'm filling this out right? Am I doing this right? how much money do I need to keep in my account for next year, that all the automatic payments that are going to go out, and then kind of stuff like that, so they can help you that way. And then for taxes, and just like almost like another mentor too for the financial side if you're not super savvy with that.
And I think that's fun too. Just learning like how much of your money is going to be gone. It's not fun, but but again, as a business, you have so many more benefits that you can use. Like I got a van, that was a write-off. Like a van is a write-off. That's just how it goes. Like every material piece that I bought, write-off. Tools, write-off. Gas, write-off. Like especially working with an accountant, you start to learn all this stuff, and you're like, okay, I just drove 90 miles in my head. The base pay for every mile is 50 cents a mile. That's $45. Something like you just start to think that type of stuff in your head. So you're like, okay, I drove this much,
Definitely
but that's
different. Like once you realize, you definitely think different about like almost everything you do.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then you have to make so much to be able to write those things off, which,
Yeah. I feel like that's awesome, and I feel like it's super cool to be able to talk to you guys, and I'm around all these business people. I feel so, like what? But I think it's just a testament, like, if you got a dream, you gotta go get it. And I feel like you guys said that a ton of times, and just find that balance, find people to support you.
Yeah.
And I feel like, that's super
network.
important.
You're 3 doors down from me, Celius.
Yeah.
Just
Now
network.
it's your turn.
And you're announcer for the
Let's start your
wrestling.
business.
How'd you like announcing for wrestling this year?
It
Yeah.
was so fun.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Like, I just, that different side of it, like the way you guys said, like, you're gonna fail, and you're gonna have to get back up again. And I feel like just like learning all that from like I learned it that morning. That I did the
3-point
commentary.
escape.
Oh, it's crazy. I had no
gosh.
idea there was that much to it. And I feel like that's so true. Like even like, oh, you run a photography business. Like, oh, you're just snapping photos. It is so much more than that. And that's just a testament to everything, because everyone is so different. Everyone knows something so different. And I think that's the coolest part that I love learning about new sports, these businesses. Like, that's just amazing. Yeah.
In class when I was with you, you want to do like sports broadcasting. Is that
Yes.
still something you want to do?
Yes, commentary. I want to
Yeah.
do. I think I'm gonna start sideline. I really
Okay.
like that idea. But I think like if I could do an NFL game, like if I'm interviewing Justin Jefferson and I'm doing like color commentary, like I think that's when I made
So
it.
this is like right up your alley then.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, and it's different. We're different. Like you kind of gotta have those questions in the arsenal, and I'm just going off what you say. Like we
Just
all have these
flowing,
different
yeah.
talents, and I just feel like that's so cool that we can do the Mustang Blueprint and like learn about other people and just run ideas by each other. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's interviewing me now. Gosh.
Great
There he
networking
is.
opportunity.
We flipped the switch.
Might have to be next. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we should. Let's take their spot.
Yeah.
So Morgan, I remember you were talking about this. You wanted to do more like personalized photography.
Definitely.
How's that been going? Because
It's
I have
going-
seen the Facebook
It's
posts.
going great.
You need to share those on your
Yeah,
personal.
just-
Come
I
on.
know. I
Just
know
that's
I
great.
do.
You gonna elaborate any more on that or?
Yeah.
That's a conversation for another
Okay.
day.
Yeah, but I think it's been a really fun conversation. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to talk to us tonight. And yeah, I think maybe we'll have you back at some point, maybe see how you guys grow. And yeah, that'll be it for this episode of the Mustang Blueprint.
Well, since I know that you started in Florida and then you moved up to Minnesota, what's the most Minnesota thing you've experienced so far?
Oh, Elena is here in the back, and I have to say, she gave me a full Southwest tour. Her family has a farm, so she took me 4-wheel driving. She took me on the, I might say wrong, the big tractor that you use for harvesting. Combine, yes.
Heck yeah.
She took me in the cornfields. I ate a corn from the cob, like literally took it out and ate it, and it was amazing. I loved it. So
Wow.
I will call that my most and best